down, will never let you fall. Oh, you got what it takes in everything you do. Yeah, you got what it takes. Look inside of you, rolling with the punches, bending with the brakes. No, it isn't easy, girl.
It's not easy.
But you got what it takes.
You got what it takes.
You got what it takes.
Morning, Ross. Hi. How was your weekend?
Not so hot. Howard and I broke up.
Oh, Ross, that's terrible. I'm sorry. Who's Howard?
Guy I met on Friday.
Well, you always have the weekend to remember.
Sarah, do you ever get the feeling there are no men left in this city?
What am I, a hermaphrodite? Did it ever occur to you that the man of your dreams could be sitting in this very office? A man of warmth, and depth, and sensitivity? Someone who could offer you a meaningful, lasting relationship?
Just who are you talking to, Marty?
Either one, doesn't matter.
Helen, how did your weekend go?
Oh, it's one of the best I've had in a long time. I spent the whole weekend cleaning.
I thought you had a special glow this morning.
Helen, what about your law exams? You were so worried about them when you left on Friday.
I just couldn't get in the mood to study. You know how sometimes when there's something that you have to do and you do everything else in the world first? I changed vacuum cleaner bags. I cleaned out the lint in the filters. I got down on my hands and knees with a brush and tweezers. I mean, my kitchen floors are so clean you could literally eat off of them. Now, I don't know why anybody'd want to, but it's nice to know you have that option.
Helen, you're not just boring me, you're making my whole face go dead.
I know I'm just rattling on, but it's just so nice to hear the sound of my own voice. You know, since the divorce, sometimes I go the whole weekend without speaking. Oh, I talk to myself, of course, but it somehow seems incomplete not having a man around to tell me to be quiet.
Be quiet, Helen. Feel complete now?
Helen, this is really upsetting. I hate to think of you sitting home alone with no one to talk to.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm used to it.
Well, what about your friends? Couldn't you call any of them?
Oh, well, you know how that is. They're all married. Whenever I go out with them, I feel out of place. It's always boy, girl, Helen.
Well, what about going someplace by yourself? You know, they have a whole list of things to do in here under singles.
No, I'd be too embarrassed to do anything like that. I've always felt uncomfortable going out by myself.
Well, you better get used to it, Mom. You've got years of discomfort ahead of you.
Okay, Mr. Kelvin. Don't worry about a thing. I think everything is going to be all right.
That's what you said the last 4 times we appealed.
Well, what would you like me to say, Mr. Kelvin? That you're guilty and we both know it? That no jury in their right mind would believe you? That your days as a free man are numbered?
Let's stick with everything's going to be all right.
Okay.
Now, that is a very nice-looking man. Where do you meet someone like that?
In his case, prison.
Helen, you haven't been out at all since you and Harry got divorced.
I don't know where you go to meet a man.
What kind of an attitude is that? Look, here is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a lecture tonight. The wines of France, the Loire Valley versus the wines of Napa, Sonoma, and Mendocino. Great expectations. You see, they treat it with a kind of sense of humor.
I suppose it gets funnier after you sample the wine.
This sounds great. Look, there's even a wine tasting party afterwards. You've got to go.
You know, it does sound great. Why don't you come with me?
Oh, well, ordinarily, because that's the kind of thing that golly, if there weren't... Roz, would you go with me?
Sarah, it sounds so boring.
How can you say that? You don't know that much about wine. Look, there's a reason for that. It's because I don't care. Roz, let's face it, we can both stand to meet some new people.
If by people you mean guys, forget it. What kind of guy would go to a wine symposium?
I'm going.
Come on, go, please, please. I'll be your best friend.
You are my best friend.
Then you owe it to me.
Okay, go.
Helen, it's okay. We're all going to go with you.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Hey, gang. This way, Mom, Dad. And the little guy.
Piece of cake.
I cannot believe we're doing this.
Roz, stop whining. This isn't going to be half as dull as you think.
Oh, no? How dull you figure?
You know, it may not be dull at all. It just could be informative.
Dear Diary, my heart's aflutter. Had an informative evening.
Come on, love, cut it out. She's right. We have to support Helen in this. She's a little nervous, okay? How would you feel if you hadn't had a date since World War II?
Yeah, remember, we're doing this for Helen. She's real excited about it, so let's not wreck her good time.
I'm not going.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not. I can't.
Yes, you can, and you are.
And I was worried this wasn't going to be any fun.
Helen, you do know that this is for the evening and not for the month?
I didn't know what to wear, so I brought a few changes of clothes. I'm not even sure that I know what men like anymore.
Well, we'll talk.
I don't know why I'm putting myself through this. It's just going to be a disaster. I know it. I will end up spending the whole evening in the corner by myself.
You know, things are a little different now than the last time you went out. You don't have to stand alone in a corner and wait for a man to come up to you. I mean, it's okay now for a woman to go up to a man and start a conversation.
I'd never do anything like that. I was brought up to believe that that was promiscuous.
Sit down, Helen. We got a lot of work to do.
Look, it's really not that big a deal. You see somebody you like, you go up and you talk to him. You begin by discussing your taste in wine. Now, what could be more innocent?
Just something to break the ice, you know. Do you prefer white or red?
White. I break out in hives if I drink red.
Oh, that's an icebreaker.
I have an idea. Let's have a little practice meeting, okay? That'll give you some confidence, okay? Dennis, come here. Take this. You stand over there, okay, and look like you're interested in Helen. Dennis, not that interested. Come here. Helen, all right? Now, come here. You see him across the room. You decide to go over and have a conversation.
Hello. I hope that you don't think that I am being promiscuous. But this is the first time that I've been out by myself since my husband left me. Would you mind talking to me?
Sorry, babe, I'm gay. I'm just trying to prepare for tonight. Now, listen to me. We are going to a wine symposium, okay? Most of the guys there are going to be gay.
Oh, great.
You guys.
Now, once again, this slide shows us one of the grapes of the Loire Valley. I believe that this is a 22 times magnification because, as you've probably already guessed, grapes don't grow that big. And we derive from these simple grapes the appley, lemony, buttery, nutty, grassy, toasty Chardonnays, the summery, jasminy, apricot, honeyed, citrusy dessert wines, the cascading plumminess of hoary port. Well, perhaps I've talked long enough. Let's taste some wine, yes?
Well, girls, I have to admit it. You were right. I'm having the most fascinating evening of my life.
That's a scary thought, Helen.
You know, Sarah, there are so many interesting people here. I hate to admit it, but I sort of think I like the looks of that gentleman standing over there by the door.
Which one?
The one who looks like Cornell Wilde.
Who?
Look, if you're interested in him, go on up and say hello.
I could never do that. Just walk up to some strange man and say hello. What if he laughs and walks away?
You laugh and you walk away.
The first wine that we're going to sample here tonight will be a Chateau Bruot La Rose 1981. Now try, if you can, to savor the smoky, plump ripeness of its elegant body.
Oh, I think I've got a crush on a beverage.
Having a good time?
Fabulous. Maybe next time we could visit the vineyard and actually watch these grapes grow.
Okay. Listen, the important thing is Helen is having the time of her life. She needed this.
Yeah. You're right. I'm glad we came. In a lemony sort of way.
You know, that guy over there is pretty cute.
Which guy?
One in the baseball cap and the, yikes, pearl drop earring.
Here you go. Roz, Sara, rinse and spit.
I don't know if I can handle a whole one of these by myself.
Where's Helen?
She's right behind me.
Look at that. Helen is talking to that guy over there.
Well, he's chuckling. She must be doing okay.
Shh, here they come. She's bringing him over.
Act real casual.
Sarah, Roz, Dennis, I would like you to meet Henry Widower. Oh. I mean Henry Cobb. He is a widower.
How do you do? Dennis Kemper.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. You all enjoy the lecture?
Oh, yes, it was
That was wonderful.
I was spellbound. I laughed, I cried.
I was bored silly. So we're going to cut out. We're going up to my place for a little wine tasting party of our own.
Well, good night, everyone. Thanks for everything. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Nice meeting you.
Look at that. She's leaving with him.
Our little Helen's grown up.
Yeah. It seems like only yesterday we were bouncing around our knees.
Marty, what are you doing here?
Free wine is free wine. Of course, you gotta drink it by the trayful, but after 3 or 4 trays, you do catch a little buzz.
I can't believe Helen is late. She's never been late before.
Relax, Sarah. She met a man. She stayed up past 9:30. Give her a few minutes leeway here.
Yeah, I know she met a man. That's what I'm worried about. What kind of a guy goes to a wine symposium to pick up somebody?
Don't ask me. I washed my hair for nothing.
Well, I think it's great what's happened to Helen. And I, for one, am very pleased for her. This could be a real turning point in her life. If she's not here in 5 minutes, I say we can't.
Well, I personally cannot wait to find out what happened.
Roz, we all want to know what happened, but it is none of our business, okay?
Morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
Late? Hey, I didn't notice you were late. Anyone notice Helen was late?
No.
I noticed. But I figured it was because she was still on the sack with that guy you said she hustled last night.
Marty.
So, Helen, tell us how it went last night.
That is, if you want to tell us.
There's really nothing to tell.
Nothing?
Well, we had a very nice time.
Helen, look, we don't want to pressure you or anything, but there is a pool on what happened last night.
Come on, you guys. Really, Helen, you don't have to tell us anything that you don't want to.
Henry is a very nice man. After the lecture, we went back to my house where we had a little wine, which by now we had the good sense to know was real swill. We drank it anyway, but we knew enough to complain.
But things went okay.
Things went just fine. He is more than inoffensive. He is a very nice person. His English is good, and he wears sensible shoes.
Ooh, that old black magic.
Sarah, I really want to thank you for forcing me out against my will, and for setting me up for what could have been the worst evening of my life.
What are friends for?
And I went, and I'm happy. I just feel so alive, full of sunshine. I feel like I'm 17.
Yeah, well, just don't go near too many mirrors, huh?
Oh, listen, by the way, could you all stick around a little bit after work because, well, Henry's coming by to pick me up, and, well, I'd just like you all to get to know him a little better, okay?
Oh,
Sure.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I can hardly wait.
Excuse me.
Is that something? Her first date in 28 years, and she finds a guy she really likes.
Talk about beginner's luck.
When was the last time you were that excited after the first date?
That would have been after my first date. 9th grade. Willie Simpkins, long red hair, big blue eyes. Captain of the track team.
Whatever happened to old Willie?
We broke up. I outgrew him.
That happens a lot in relationships.
No, I outgrew him. I shot up 6 inches while he was away at summer camp. I could have worn him like a pendant.
Ramaki and sweet and sour sauce.
Helen, what is going on here?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a little get-together to introduce Henry, the man in my life, to the friends in my life, and Marty.
Oh, Sarah, don't knock it. The food is out of this world.
Wait, this is the man you met last night? All this is for him?
Well, that's my style, Sarah. When I feel things, I go all the way.
Please, Helen, some of us are trying to eat.
It's just my way of saying thank you to Henry for a lovely evening and for a new beginning.
Ready to go, hon?
I didn't see you come in. He's here, everyone. He's here.
Which one is he?
He is you. This is our party, Henry.
Oh, really? What's the occasion?
The occasion is that we are together again. Sarah, Roz, Dennis, come meet Henry.
Hi there, Henry. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
If it weren't for Sarah, we might never have met.
Oh.
And this is her best friend, Roz.
Hi.
And Dennis.
Hi. How are you?
I think that covers everyone.
What am I, a hologram?
Marty Lang, Henry Cow.
How do you do?
Pleased to know you.
Could we step out for a minute and talk?
Oh, not right now, dear. We have the rest of our lives to talk until we're blue in the face. But right now, have some hors d'oeuvres and mingle with your new friends. Oh, shall I get you something to drink?
Wait a minute, Helen. Now, seriously, what's going on here? What is this all about?
This is to introduce you, the man in my life, to the friends I work with every day. This is just a little get-together. Now, tomorrow night is the big one for relatives and neighbors.
Oh, no. Tomorrow night's my Wednesday night dinner with Alice.
Everyone, I'd like to propose a toast.
Oh, yeah.
Alice who?
Well, Alice Parker. We've had dinner every Wednesday night for 9 years.
To Helen and Henry.
And Alice.
To Helen and Henry and Alice. May their love just continue. No, something's not right here.
Now, go on. It's interesting now.
Well, you never told me anything about this Alice.
Well, I never told you about a lot of things. I've only known you for 12 hours.
Well, are you going to let this Alice interfere with our relationship?
Well, I've known her a lot longer than I've known you.
This is getting less and less festive.
Let's all sing something.
When you say known, do you mean the way you know me?
No. I mean, I know her better. Helen, nothing personal, but I don't know you at all.
What are you talking about? You don't know me. We spent the night together.
Kumbaya. Everybody, kumbaya.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, Helen, but this is too intense. You're pushing me too fast. I've got to have more space.
More space? What is this? Kramer versus Kramer?
I don't know what that is, Helen. All I know is that this is the most confusing relationship I've ever had. Goodbye, Helen.
Bye. Nice guy.
I'm just so embarrassed. I can't believe what I did. I just went out and made a great big fat fool out of myself, didn't I?
No, you didn't. Did she, Sarah?
No, not in the... I mean, she didn't... She's certainly not... A fool, no.
I've certainly learned my lesson, huh? From now on, I'm never going to leave my house. You girls drop in on me from time to time, just sort of turn me toward the sun.
I really feel responsible for this whole thing. I mean, I'm the one who suggested the wine lecture. I'm the one who pushed you to go. I'm the one who drove you there.
You pointed out Henry.
I pointed out Henry. Roz.
I know you were just trying to help me, Sarah, but if you help me much more, I am going to need major therapy.
I promise you, Helen, I will never help you again.
Thanks, Sarah. That's very sweet.
It's gonna be okay, Helen, really. It just takes a little time is all.
Yeah, but my life was not supposed to turn out like this. At my age, I was supposed to be married, wealthy, surrounded by family, a matriarch and a charity donor. But now look at me. I'm single, I'm renting an apartment, a student, for heaven's sake, sitting around with my girlfriends whining about dates.
Come on, Helen, it's not that bad.
Yes, it is. You don't know how I feel. I'm lost. I don't know the first thing about dating anymore.
Hey, who does? We're all just playing it by ear.
But I don't know if I am supposed to hold the door open for him, or he is supposed to hold the door open for me, or we are supposed to wait for another couple to come in, let them hold the door open, and all go out together. Nothing is clear anymore. I guess I just thought I had to have a relationship with Henry because we slept together.
I think we've all made that mistake at one time or another, Helen.
The last time I slept with a man before this, well, I went into hysterics, and he gave me a ring to shut me up, and we were married for 28 years. Of course, we were young and impetuous, and he was falling down drunk. I guess I just hoped that might happen again.
Well, now, what made you think you wanted to spend 28 years with Henry? You hardly knew him.
Well, what does that have to do with it? I spent 28 years with Harry, and I never even knew he had a middle name until last summer.
Oh, you deserve a lot more than that. A relationship with a guy you really like, and who likes you. You know, someone you share things with and who shares things with you.
And if he doesn't, you have a right to form an organization whose initials spell out a word and appear on Phil Donahue.
Oh, this is all going to turn out great. You'll see. I mean, there are plenty of guys out there. You're going to meet another one just as interesting as Henry.
Well, it wouldn't take much. He wasn't all that interesting. I guess I just wanted to be with someone so badly that I didn't much care.
Now, that's the kind of flattery that drives men wild.
Hey, Helen, think on the positive side. This could be a great time for you. I mean, you spent your whole life taking care of other people. Your husband, your kids. Now it's time to take care of yourself.
You have a lot to offer, Helen. You're a very special person.
You really think so?
I know so.
You know, I am beginning to think that I was too good for Henry. Hey, listen, can I have a little teeny piece of this?
What is this stuff exactly?
Oh, well, that's a coffee cake with all the nuts and icing picked off. All right, I know it's kind of disgusting, but I didn't expect any company.
There is nothing to eat here. Come on, let's go out and get something. Maybe afterwards we can find something interesting to do.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I have had enough excitement for one day.
Well, I don't know, Helen. There's a linen and drapery show tonight at the Cow Palace. What do you think?
Now, that sounds hard to pass up.
Well, I like the sound of that, but I like the sound of this better. Listen, attractive single male. Good sense of humor.